Well, welcome back everyone to an episode of Crucible of War Market Update. I understand that the audio is a little different. I understand that this is a different setup than normal. I can't be in my basement this week in my computer setup, so we're doing a little bit of a janky edition. But nevertheless, we must continue to track the value of all these cards. So if you want to support the channel, head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG, where you can get access to all this data as a collection tracker. And you can actually see your collection like in real time. Updated week to week whenever I do these market update videos, which is every week, even when I can't be where I need to be. And so head on over there to support the channel. And then I also love to highlight Mitch over at the Midtown Merchant, who provides great deals on singles for the community, lowering the barrier of entry to play Flesh and Blood. So use my promo code BeKind to save $5 off your order of $10 or $50 or more. And if you're a patron, you get access to a 10% off discount every month as well. And then I do have a TCG Player affiliate link as well. So on TCG Player, that's in the link in my description. On TCG Player, Crucible War boxes are sitting right at around $1,000. And that's what we're going to start at right now to see if can you beat this EV. And actually boxes are really sitting more like 900. You can buy them on TCG Player for 1,000. But if you hop onto eBay, you'll see sold listings right around 900, even some dropping below 900. And this is where on Facebook you are seeing things like people looking to buy them at 750, 800, 900. They are selling around those price points. So make sure you're shopping around if you're looking to buy. If you're looking to sell, this is not the time to sell Crucible of War sealed. As you can see, we dropped quite a bit. You know, we had this kind of pickup in the market. We were 33% at the beginning of the year, up to 600. We kind of floated around 600, even dropped some for a little bit. Then we shot up. You know, somebody bought up the whole market. We shot up to 750. We floated for 750. Somebody, you know, we kind of gradually floated into the thousands. And then this was the release of the print run numbers, which everyone seems to have forgotten about, that the print run was a lot lower than we anticipated. And that shot it up to around 1,500. But now we've just been on this decline since Monarch and in this weird, people are calling it a crash that we're in. But this weird, you know, downturn in the market that we're in. We are down another 10% this week to 900. So if you're selling, this is probably not the time to sell unless you need the money, in which case you need to sell. So don't have any regrets on that one. Talking about the fables, man, talk about things, man. The Arknight Shard here, you can currently buy an Arknight Shard. The only one I can really see on the market, really, that is below the prices that it's been in the past, for $37.50. And now I do want to say this is on Facebook right now, and the seller has really disclosed a lot of issues with the card. It really looks to me though like a near mint, you know, raw card. I don't think there's anything that can say that it's it's not damaged. There's maybe some print lines. It's not going to be a 9.5. I still think it's going to be a 9. So $37.50 is kind of the price that he's lowered it to. From this was the same card that was at $4,000 last week. Nobody picked it up. So now $37.50. And until I see a card sell for below that or a card sell for above that, that's going to be what I'm going to be using. I just have no other options. There's really nothing else on the market. So, you know, that has taken a weird turn too. I mean, if you compare it though, like I think it's always important that you step back and like look at the market from like a 2-month perspective. Like in a 2-month perspective, like we're still kind of there, right? Like we're still kind of where we were 2 months ago. I guess we're technically low. If you look at 2.5 months ago, we're at the same price. So it's like this was a weird uptick, and now we're kind of coming back down. Yeah, now it's just flat, really. It's just flat over time, and the shard is a weird card in general. So let's go ahead and look at the legendaries. And for the legendary, there was a sale of Cheyenne. There was no Twinning Blade extended. So that was the same price as last week. The legendaries are down a little bit. The Cheyenne that sold for 4,000 was on eBay for 4,000. That sold on Friday. So, you know, that's a new price point for the Cheyenne. It's nice to see another price here, an updated price. And that's really not that much lower than what we've been at for a while. So, you know, it's nice to see a nice price point there. I'm sorry, I'm going to back this up one more time for you guys so we get everything situated so you can see the dates and stuff. So Well, our high on Cheyenne was at 60. Did it hit 8,500? Oh man, our high was 8,500. We have dropped 50% in value since then, sitting at 4,000. So that's down 4%. The tunic, there's one listed for 425, which is lower than the last sold, which was at 450. 20 blade, same thing. It's kind of like trying to find a price is hard. Last week it sold for 1,400. This week it was hard to find one. Down 4% there. Going to the cold foils, this is where things start to get, really a lot more sales. And I say this all the time. The lower value cards are a great way to kind of gauge where the market is because there's just more sold data on them. So we're seeing some movement. Sledge of Valheim's always this weird card that's like, why is it more expensive than the rest? Like nobody really, like there's no real example or explanation for why is it more expensive than the rest. So like a retracement back down to 250. Edge of Autumn at 119. Centauri Saber, kind of losing some value at 180. Plasma Barrel Shot actually going up at 125. And Redliner actually going up with a sold listing at 180. So, it's kind of interesting to see. Oh, and then Talishar going down to 103. It's interesting to see some of these going up and some of them going down. It's just kind of like depends on what sellers decide what people decide that they want to sell that week. It doesn't really seem like there's much that correlates to any playing or anything like that in terms of the investable market or collectible market of cold foils in Crucible of War. Skullhorn, let's see, the Skullhorn didn't sell. We saw a Courage of Bladehold sell for 850. We saw Perch Grappler sell for 400. Metacarpus Node. This is what I wanted to look, but let's pop up Gambler's Bluff first. Okay, at 540. So Metacarpus Node. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this. TCG Player has added this new thing, just in the last week or so, where if you go and look up the card, you can actually hit this button that says See More Sales, and then you'll see, sales report of it. So you no longer have to be a seller. I can't scroll on this, and you're not seeing the whole thing. Let me show you. So, that's what it looks like, where I'm saying. So you can see the date, the last sold, whatever. But I do want to say that it's really important that you don't just look at TCG Player. This is, so you can see it last sold at 384. That was this week on TCG Player, but also on TCG Player, we saw one sell for 635. So this is why it's important to really have a snapshot of the market as a whole and not just one individual kind of location. And that's what I do. I look at eBay, TCG Player, Facebook, and Discord for all the cards. And I try to get you like a price that's kind of like in the middle of all those things. So here's the thing that I took with, I kept this 635 because really, this listing, this sold at 3,484 is not really in line with the rest of the Majestic rainbow or cold foils. And so I don't want to call that like a market price because it's just not in line with the other cards on the market. Like a Gambler's Glove selling at 540. Metacarpus Node hasn't been that low. I guess if this sale wasn't here, I would use it. 100% I would use it. But that sale is here. And so I guess technically if you guys want to be real, we could meet in the middle, but I just think you gotta kind of use some of the ones that are there's a picture on the eBay one. I'm not trying to convince anything of anybody, but the reasoning that I use the 635 number is that there's a picture of it. It's more in line with the other sales, and so that's what I went with. Gambler's Gloves at 540. So this puts your average cold foil down 9%. Your average cold foil rare is down 5%. Average cold foil majestic is down 10%. So interesting to see how those numbers kind of coincide and move back and forth. Looking at the majestic rainbow foils then, we're actually down 9%. There were some interesting movements here. Twinning blade rainbow foil actually sold on eBay for $139. What else was interesting? Let's see. There was Dread Triptych. Oh, I want to talk about Rattlebones. So there are currently 4 listed on Rattlebones at $40. Okay, but as you go to your Majestics, the non-foil Majestic, you'll see that my price for non-foil Rattlebones is $38. So now if we pop up Rattlebones on TCG Player, you see that non-foil one, the most recent sold is $38. But like I said, you can pick, so first edition non-foil is $38. But like I said, you can pick up a rainbow foil for like $40. Where's it? Right there, $41. So it's very interesting to see things like that in the market. I don't really know how to explain any of that. I mean, Rattlebones, literally last week in the rainbow foil, Rattlebones, there was none under $99. We had a sold listing of Rattlebones back on 5/25. Can you even say that? I'm sorry. We had a sold listing of Rattlebones at $99 back on 5/25. And we hadn't seen any change in the market. And then all of a sudden this week, they're at $40. There's a few sellers. It's just a weird thing, in my opinion. I don't know. So the Rainbow Foil Raid Rattlebones, they're at 40. Rune Blood Barrier actually up to 60. Daisy Ages, not really a ton else to talk about in terms of movements. But your average is down 9% to an average of $57.19. So moving on to the Majestics, I will say that there was some movement downwards on the non-foil equipment cards here. Like Skullhorn actually went up, but Crater Fist down to $54, Breeze Rider Boots down to $40. Courage of Bladehold actually went up to $215. This was actually bought out on TCG Player. I don't know by one person, but TCG Player, I think the low right now is like 300. And then on eBay, there was 215 was a sold listing. So kind of interesting to see that. Visiertronic is down. So a lot of these, I anticipate that this is due to Crucible Unlimited, and that's the reason that some of these cards are down this week. But your average is sitting at $42.57, which is down 4%. Gambler's Glove is actually up, so it's weird to see some of those. It's hard to say that it's because of Unlimited if some of them are down and some of them are up. So it's kind of a weird thing to see that stuff. Like Bloodsheath didn't move at all, but another one sold at 110. Let's see, Twinning Blade down to 56. Spoilers of War down to 80. So a lot of downwards trends, but also some of them are going, like some of the non-foil Majestics weapons are going up and some are going down, which I thought was kind of interesting. Looking at the rare rainbow foils, remember I just used TCG Low. And on TCG Low, we're on an average of $12.45, which is down 2% this week. Your lunging press, your springboard somersault, and your cash in. Actually, I guess really your lunging press and your springboard somersault. These ones that are short printed are starting to bounce back. I'm sorry, you can't see that again. They're starting to bounce back. These were at like $22, $23, $20 last week, up to $34 now. Lunging press was at the $20 range, and now it's up to $44. So those are starting to bounce back. And some of the hero cards, I believe I saw some of the hero cards, are still holding their value. I guess they were never really that down. But the hero cards are still holding their value. So some of that short printed stuff is still holding its value more than the other stuff, which I think is across the board. Things that are a little bit more scarce are holding their value a little bit better than the things that are more plentiful, which is kind of obvious that would happen, but it just kind of shows you how markets move with supply and demand. When the supply is that much bigger, it causes the demand to go down faster. Yeah, okay. So looking at the rares, keep in mind I just used TCG Low. We have lost 9%. Sellers have lowered the prices 9%, but we were up last week. So low retracement this week to an average of $2.57. The kind of common rainbow foils, there are some that kind of matter. The Cracked Bauble, obviously one of those at $88. The Quicken Token at $9. Copper at $12.27. And then I like to look at the Rune Chant token because it's my favorite token at $4.19. All in all, we're actually up 3% this week to $3.66. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the EV calculation to see where we are. And so in each box, you can expect to get one cold foil. Now keep in mind that in your cold foils, the Majestics are kind of short printed, so they appear roughly half as often as the rare cold foils. So I've kind of taken that and it calculates that out to equal an average cold foil then of $216. So your average rare is 168, your average majestic is 580, and the way that balances out is an average of 216. You get 6 majestics, 2 foil majestics, 41 rares, 5 foil rares, and then 1 in 10 chance of hitting a legendary, and 1 in 40 chance of hitting the Fable. So this puts your box EV right at $970. So we are now again in arbitrage, and I do want to say, like, it is getting increasingly harder. Look at the Arknight shard that's not selling for 3,700. It's getting increasingly harder to sell cards right now. I don't know. I think eventually that's got to stop. But the arbitrage is there, and if more people, so in order for this to go the opposite way, it's going to take more people selling their cards, like more people going to the market to bring cards to the market to lower the prices of the cards. I don't see the singles dropping as rapidly as the sealed boxes. That's what's happening right now. So it's kind of a weird spot to be. So your box EV is at $976. And now if you don't pull a legendary or Fable, your true box EV is sitting at $688. But if you pull a rare cold foils, that would be $640. But if you pull a majestic cold foil, you'd be at $1,052. All right, let's take a look at where that EV falls compared to last week. So we were at 976. So we will compare that to last week at 976. At 976, that puts us down 7%, which you can see on this chart that we are down about 5% every week in the last month. So that seems to be where things are trending. Let's take a look at the cards that gained or lost the most value here. So number one, and this is the one that surprised me the most in the rainbow foil slot, is Rattlebones, going from 99 to 40. That's a huge loss. It's a 56% loss there. And again, that surprised me mostly based on the difference between the non-foil and the rainbow foil version of that card. Really surprised me. Fine Center Rainbow Foil going down from 96 to 55, which is a change of 42%. Poison the Tips going from 40 to 25, which is a change of 37%. The non-foil losers then, Magnetic Shockwave going from 22 to $10, which is a change of 54%. Plasma Purifier going from 60 to 33, which is 45%. I really think this was more of a retracement. Again, the rainbow foil one of that was sitting at like 67, 80, between 60 and $80, and the non-foil version was getting really close to that, so I think it was just a little retracement. And then Rune Blood Barrier, the non-foil version, going down 28%. Then the foil users, I didn't do the gainers, I'm sorry. I usually do this first. The gaining cards, Springboard Somersault, one of those short printed rares, going from $20 to $34, which is a gain of 70%. Redliner, this is the cold foil version, going from $145 to $180, which is a change of 24%. And then the rainbow foil Rainbow Barrier going from 50 to 60, which is a change of 20%. The non-foil gainers are Gambler's Gloves and Remorseless, both around 35%. And Courage of Bladehold going up 26%. So that's your Crucible War market update. Just a quick reminder, if you want to support content like this, it's usually not this janky. It's usually a little bit more refined in terms of the production quality. But that can be if you go to KitchenTableTCG.com or Patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG, you can get access to a collection tracker that allows you to track the value of your collection, updated every week on every set every week. So you can do that. And then also, if you want to support the channel, you can shop at Cavdane's Market. I have booster box openings right now of Monarch Unlimited for $90, and that goes on the channel. If you're a patron, you get $5 off that, and then you also get $5 off all the sealed product on the site as well. So hope you guys have a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you, and I appreciate you watching the videos and being a part of the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think about Crucible War. Where are we headed? Where are we going? And where's the bottom? Hope you guys have a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you.